Good afternoon, dear traders.
Hello everyone, you're watching InstaForex's economic news channel with us, Takhmina Salomova
and Anna Kasatkina.
Now it is time to present a roundup of currency and commodity markets for the last week.
What were the last week trends?
The euro and the pound sterling rallied against the US dollar.
And what supported the currencies?
The shared currency was higher after stronger than expected inflation data, while the sterling brushed off a downbeat report on British economic growth. The euro finished the week at $1.0897 late Friday, with a very tiny change for the week, after April's preliminary Eurozone inflation report showed core prices jumped by 1.2%, the fastest pace since 2013, and higher than the forecast of 1%. Inflation rose to 1.9%, above an estimated 1.8%. The US economy advanced by 0.7% in January-March, the weakest pace of growth in 3 years. But the growth of 0.8% in employment costs, widely believed to be the leading indicator for consumer price inflation, was stronger than analysts had expected. This provided some relief for the greenback. The British pound traded at $1.2954 on Friday. The sterling broke through $1.29 early Friday, even despite data about the UK economy, which grew by 0.3% in the first quarter, worse than expected. A slowdown in services activity, particularly retail, curbed the increase. Over the week, the pound rose by more than 100 points. The UK currency has outperformed many of its rivals this month, rising more than 3% against the greenback, with much of those gains following UK Prime Minister Theresa May's decision to call for an early general election to be held on June the 8th. This is all we have on currency moves for now. Talking about commodities, what were the trends there?
Both oil and gold rose in price on Friday, but for the week these commodities suffered losses.
What was the reason for this?
Signs of rising oil production in the US and doubts about the extension of the agreement between OPEC and other countries. Also, oil prices registered a second monthly decline. June West Texas Intermediate crude futures went up by 0.7% to $49.33 a barrel on the New York Mercantile Exchange. Prices for the May contract lost about 2.5% in April. The June contract fell by 3.4%. June Brent oil rose by 0.6% on Friday to $51.73 a barrel. These contracts ended by 3.4% lower for the month. Oil prices have stalled amid growing US output. On Friday, data from Baker Hughes showed a rise in active US oil rigs for a 15th week in a row. At the same time, gold futures jumped on Friday, recording a monthly gain of more than 1% as weak US economic growth put pressure on the dollar. Gold futures for June delivery appreciated by 0.2% to $1,268.30 a troy ounce. However, over the week, the yellow metal fell by 1.61%, which was the strongest decline for the last 2 months. This happened after tension around North Korea East and on the back of the first-round presidential elections in France.
Takhmina, many thanks for the updates on the commodities. That was InstaForex's weekly review of currency and commodity markets, presented by us, Takhmina Salomova
and Anna Kasatkina.
Take care and goodbye.
See you soon.